I'm sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is getting manga rares now? Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Now, this is actually pretty interesting. We just got some major confirmation that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is about to do the copy and paste of One Piece. I mean, they're both technically owned by Shueisha, so, like, seeing ideas filtering from one side of the other is not all that surprising. But a special pack has been tentatively titled the Yu-Gi-Oh! Original Artwork Collection, featuring cards based on cards and scenes from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga, has been announced for release. So this special pack, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Original Artwork Collection, tentative title, features cards based on scenes from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga and will be released on September 26th, which is a Saturday. This pack will include cards based on iconic monsters and memorable scenes from the original manga, as well as manga-style cards that reproduce original card designs. That's very interesting. Furthermore, it is planned to include Grandmaster Rare cards with serial numbers. Holy crap. Alright, so we've got manga-style cards. We have Grandmaster Rares returning, aka, the serialized cards. What a possible round of madness that a set like this could actually inspire. Now, this is going to be 396 yen per pack, 4 cards per pack, 15 cards per pack. No overall set size specifications have been stated here. So what in the world does this actually mean? Well, there's a reason for what's happening right now. The first thing I want to showcase here is we do have this Yu-Gi-Oh! Artworks display coming here in the near future. This exhibition is not scheduled to tour. Basically, this is going to be a special artworks exhibit dedicated to the original artworks of Kazuki himself. They want to showcase, it's 30 years of the celebration of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So what they're trying to do here is they want to be able to show off the inspirations of, the Pharaoh himself and so forth. And of course, there are nice other little bits here from Yugi and Kaiba himself, talking about Kazuki and so forth. So this is a pretty big celebration. You got to remember, Yu-Gi-Oh! Celebrating 30 years now. And it still feels a little bit surreal that this game is ramping up 30 years of the manga here, but they're going through and they're really hitting the celebratory notes right now with this. So this is going to be a very major inspiration going into that set. Now, I pulled up a couple of other little interesting things here. Reddit is always going to be your favorite place. So this is actually kind of an interesting little showcasing of how manga-style cards could work. Now, if you want my honest opinion, do I think that they're going to take the full manga-style-esque here and bring it along? I would love this. I think seeing this frame be converted into the actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself would be great. The only major concerns that I have with porting over a frame like this, or doing something like this in general, is, how are we going to do the effect? I mean, look at Slifer and Obelisk as key examples here. Slifer had its attack stats on the right here. Meanwhile, Obelisk had its stats, plastered down below here. It definitely, it felt a little bit off with these two. It's like they didn't really know what they wanted to do with these. So I always found that a little bit interesting. Like, especially like the vanilla monsters not really having those inherent stat lines was a little bit interesting for them to do. But I do want to say, though, we've already had them attempting to do these manga-style cards. Most of you might not remember these, but they actually used these. If you guys remember, a long time ago, there was a specialty product that you guys could get these in. These have already been Konami's renditional test run of the quote-unquote manga-stylized cards. These were the oversized cards that exist. I still have a stack of these running around. But the fact that Konami has already done this before, and obviously, like, this is so much different than the other version of the manga rares. You know, obviously it's just got the stylized white background, you know, and the black border while maintaining the stars. It's got the simplistic feel that you're used to seeing within these cards, but then, you know, you still have the copyright down here. The only things missing are like the hull foil stamping, but they've already done a test run of the manga style card before. This is nothing new that Konami is trying to toss around. The only thing that I would see that would probably be different now is going to be the overall feel for this. You know, you've got to come to the point now that you got to be like, I don't think you can bring the white stylized frame over unless you're going to do this on a very limited run of these cards. And, you know, you expect, I mean, people to know that, you know, this one's a Blue Eyes, this one's a Stardust. You got to think about the, you know, availability of those. So that's a pretty interesting little topic is, you know, they've going from this, which is, you know, actually really, really cool. I don't think we'll get the card back here, to going to an already existing sample. I'm kind of curious, you know, where else do we go from this? Other interesting topics of conversation for this. This is the original artwork collection, people. All right. Obelisk, Slifer, and Raw. Basically, a couple of things that I think we're going to see here. Kaiba has been already predicted to be the next part of the limited pack. Because following how the first 3 sets of limited pack 3 went, carrying those over, it's already predicted that Kaiba will be the next headliner for the next set, which is fine. The other thing here is, when we're looking at this as a whole, you know, the 3 Egyptian gods are probably the most iconically important part of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. I have a feeling we might be seeing finally some fabled retrains for the 3 Egyptian gods. Getting even more playable versions of the Egyptian gods, whether or not, you know, they just tag out into their original counterparts, would be fantastic, actually. And I think that would fix a lot of the things that your player base has been requesting. Even if you don't believe that you want to see it, a lot of people do want to see, you know, more Egyptian god themed stuff. They want to see, you know, what can we do with gods with 30 years of card design, you know? How do we change this to ramp it up? And I think that that's a pretty interesting thing. Also, with these manga style cards, and I'm not going to say that we're ripping off One Piece here, because, you know, kind of are, but the fact that we're bringing manga style cards in, which means those cards will have a chance to have the Grandmaster framing on it. I'm kind of curious to know how this manga style will incorporate the Grandmaster rare with the serialization to be able to do the thing. I'm also glad to see, like, we're not really cramming the serialization in every set. You know, 2 sets of this is definitely interesting. It's also going to be kind of interesting to see where the TCG is going to take this as well. That's one big thing for you to kind of think about here too. You know, we still don't have Grandmaster rares on our side of the set. You know, could Konami combine the original artworks collection with the overframe set? Because time has really been passing here, and we're still kind of left in a really question-marking position. You know, you've got to get this figured out, because the second set has now been announced, and the TCG sitting here going, well, you know, where's the first set here, guys? You know, what's really taken so long to get this ramped up? So, not really too sure what more we could do with this, but I am excited for the manga style cards. Anything that Yu-Gi-Oh can do, they've been really trying to ramp up the productivity here to make these sets a little bit better for the game. And I like that a lot. I like that we're getting creativity. Like, we needed it. So please, take a second to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.